it's obvious that you're real happy to get home for a
Oh
break
God,
from the
yes,
road. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing is
Yeah.
getting home as often as possible these days.
Okay, then.
Okay. Well, Hulk, first of all, welcome to Calgary. It's nice to see you wearing a Calgary Flames T-shirt there. You got any words for the Stanley Cup champions?
Yeah, brother, I got some words for the Stanley Cup champions. You know, if you dudes would come down here to the Saddle Dome tonight, I could sit in the crowd and eat my popcorn with all my Hulkamaniacs, and you dudes could take care of the Macho Man.
You know, I'll tell you what, those guys are hot, brother. The way they busted everybody up on the boards. I tell you, I don't know, you know, they need some wrestling referees out there. These guys are too much. They're great, man. You know, I may have to wear this shirt in the ring tonight and turn this crowd on.
They will love it. They will love it. You got to be excited about a new movie coming out next week called No Holds Barred. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect?
What we can expect is an all-new Hulk Hogan. We've got an action-adventure film, and the hero, which is me, takes care of business without all the machine guns, without all the violence, without all the blood and guts. And basically, it's a battle with two big network televisions over ratings, and you're going to see a whole new side of Hulk Hogan.
You're going to see me hulked up, running wild. You're going to see the intensity,
And you're also going to see me very vulnerable. You're going to see me get in a little bit of trouble. And my main lady in the movie, Joan Severance, she comes on pretty strong romantically, but I take one of those Hulkamania stances, you know, and take care of business, you know. She almost gets me, but not quite. I'm pretty strong-willed.
She is a gorgeous actress.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. Now, was there any romance off screen here?
Give me a break. No way.
Okay. Who's this guy Zeus that you run into?
Zeus is the thriller. He's the killer. Zeus is the guy that works on the other network, and he's got one of the highest rated shows on the other network. And what happens is the head guy of the other network, he tries to buy me off with money to get me to go to work for him. He tries to use my girlfriend Joan Severance to get to me, and finally he hurts my little brother, and then there's a blow-off between me and Zeus. The ultimate confrontation.
Action-adventure movie. Normally the star has stuntmen do the stunts. Now I'm trying to imagine finding a stuntman of your proportions. Do you have to do all the stunts yourself?
Well, you know, if all my Hulkamaniacs knew that Hulk Hogan was cheating in the film, I don't think they'd go see it. I got a bunch of scars on my arm when I was riding my motorcycle and dumped it a couple times. I did all my own stunts in the movie. And I tell you what, I wish I could find somebody 305 pounds, large arms like me to do the stunts. It would have been a lot easier, but I knew when I got into this thing that to make the people believe in what I was doing, I'd have to do my own stunts. And I rolled the dice, and I came out smelling like a rose.
First movie appearance, Rocky III. I think everybody will remember that. You had a huge impact, and it was very entertaining stuff. I'm surprised your career didn't take off like overnight.
Well, I freaked people out, man. When I picked Sylvester Stallone up and pressed him over my head and threw him out past his mom in the 10th row, they couldn't believe that 5'6", 160-pound superhero was wiped out by Hulk Hogan, 320 pounds. But you know, they offered me a bunch of pictures after that, brother. They wanted me to beat you up, Larry, and steal your wallet. They wanted me to punch the girl in the face and take her jewelry, but that's not what I'm all about. I waited for about 5.5, 6 years, yelled and screamed at all the Hulkamaniacs to train, say their prayers, and eat their vitamins. And finally, when the right vehicle came along, which is No Holds Barred, I used it to touch people with another message.
What would be the message?
Well, the message is,
be intense like the Hulkster. Be wired out, man, when you're going for grades, when you're going to make the football team, when you're going to hit the home run when the bases are loaded, bottom of the 9th inning, 3-2 count.
but when it's all over, the intensity has to mellow out a little bit and be a real person the other 23 hours a day. That's the other side of Hulk Hogan that they're going to see, and that's the message that I owe to all my little Hulkamaniacs, and especially the adult Hulkamaniacs who I have the biggest problem with. And the thing is, after you're intense, after you get the job done, be a real person, be positive, and be a leader, not a follower. And you're going to see that in the movie. There's a whole nother side of Hulk Hogan that you don't know about, and I think you're going to like me even more when you see how cool I am in real life.
You're recognized everywhere now. I imagine you can't walk down the street
Thank
anywhere
God.
without being recognized. How do you handle that? Does it ever get on your nerves?
Well, you know, when I used to be in the restroom at the airport and people would want to take pictures and autographs while I was in the restroom, or when I was eating dinner, a lot of people would come up, you know. At first, it kind of scared me, you know, because I said, my God, there's nowhere to hide. But I'm real good at turning negative into positives. And when these people approach me, I realize now that they're happy to see me, they're aggressive for a reason. I just thank God it's happening, because if I wasn't so popular, that would mean that when I'm pointing up at after every match, I wasn't doing my job right. And I'm just really happy that people recognize me and appreciate what I'm doing.
Obviously, you're in great shape. What do you do for training?
Wow. Well, This engine, Hulkamaniacs, was built a long time ago. And what I do is basically change the oil and eat good food and stuff like that. And right now I'm training about an hour and a half a day, maintenance, training real hard, trying to get my body as in good a shape as possible. And basically just the wrestling, and it's almost like an aerobic workout with weights. I watch the clock. Every minute I pick the weights back up and I keep training, do as many reps as I can. Basically that's about all you have time for with the schedule I'm on.
Mm-hmm. What about eating? What do you eat? Do you eat a lot?
Yeah, the problem is when I was 12 years old on the Little League All-Star team, I weighed 196 pounds. When I graduated from high school, I weighed 300 pounds. So the Hulkster here has always had a weight problem, so I have to eat really good food, stay away from dairy products because it tends to get you kind of fat. Basically, meat, fish, and good fruit, you know, and I can stay right at 300 pounds with no problem.
How many calories a day? Can you give us some kind of indication of how
I just eat when I'm hungry. No, I really don't watch it that close. I mean, if I go to 310 or 295, it's no big deal. They still can't pin me.
You've got a bout coming up tonight with the Macho Man. You want to give us a little indication what we might expect?
Well, what you might expect is thousands of Hulkamaniacs filling the seats in the Saddle Dome. What you might expect if you're inside is to get goosebumps up and down your body. What you might expect if you're inside the Saddle Dome is to hold all the good-looking ladies back because Hulkamania is going to be running wild. But the thing that I hope Calgary's finest is ready for is all the Hulkamaniacs on the outside that can't get in. Those are the ones I'm worried about.